Basics of budgeting. What do you consider in the event you want to start budgeting? What makes you stand out as you plan for everything? Because when it comes to finances, budgeting is key. My name is CPA Richard Jobiese. Stick with me as we talk about the 5 basic elements of budgeting. Number 1 is income. You must consider your income before you draw your budget, because your income is everything. You cannot spend from what you've not received. And most successful people are only successful or are only wealthy or only have peace of mind because they spend less than what they receive. If you receive 10,000, you cannot spend more than 10,000. You can only spend at least 10,000. But the best time is to spend at most 7,000 and have 3,000 to be what? To be savings or emergency. The next bit is fixed expenses. Another element of budgeting is fixed expenses. These are things you cannot do without. So as you draw your budget line, as you work towards your projected spending habits or your projected spending plan, you need to look at your fixed expenses. So fixed expenses can be rent. Fixed expenses can be what? Can be food. Fixed expenses can be what? Can be utilities, that is electricity, water, internet. Fixed expenses can also be the transport you use to go to work and back. So that is element number 2. Element number 3 we call debt. Debt is very important. So when you're looking at debt, work at offsetting the most expensive debt. Work at doing away with or exhausting debts that are serious or debts that are highly engaging or that give you a lot of stress. Do away with them. Then number 3, we have flexible and unplanned expenses. So flexible, these are things you can do without. You've subscribed to some gym. That is flexible. You can decide to not to pay for gym this month. You can decide to just do a lot of walking, to do sit-ups, to do push-ups in your house. Then there's also called unplanned expenses. Unplanned expenses are things you do not plan for. You want to go watch a movie. You didn't plan for going to watch a movie. You want to go take your family for a date. You didn't plan to go for a date. You are having some emergencies. You're having some funeral. Those are unplanned. So you need to know how much should you put for that. That is very important. And then last is savings. That is a very major and a very important component that must be in your budget. So savings can be either 20% of your income, 30% of your income, or 10% of your income. Make sure at least the savings. So I want to advise all of us that in your 100% of income, make sure 50% goes to fixed expenses or it goes to needs. Then another 20%, make sure it goes to debt and savings. And then 30% goes to fixed or unplanned savings. So if we have all that, then we'll be very safe and we'll be very clear and we'll know what we want and we will achieve our objective. Thank you so much and God bless you. Those who are the 5 basic elements of a budget. So if you're drawing a budget, make sure you have all those. If you don't have those, then we have a problem. Thank you guys.